Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is chemical equilibrium. How do substances behave in various environments? This requires an understanding of chemical reactions and equilibrium. When an additional ion is added, the common ion effect predicts solution reactions. The strength of acids and bases can be estimated from their dissociation constant, which differentiates strong acids from weaker ones. Buffer solutions maintain pH at equilibrium and regulate blood pH. So this is how we will understand this chapter. The distribution of solutes among solvents is predicted by the partition coefficient, which is useful in estimating the distribution of drugs within the body. So it is very important for drug design. These concepts play a key role in industrial and environmental science. So our first topic is strength of acids and bases. So the degree to which different Bronsted acids give off protons is the acidic strength. A relatively strong acid is an acid that give off more protons, like H positive. So which give off more protons in the solution, it's a quite good acid. And hydrochloric acid, for example, is a relatively strong compared to acetic, which is relatively strong relative to water. Bases differ in degree to which they accept protons. A strong base can accept protons to a greater extent than another base. So ammonia is relatively stronger relative to water because it can accept protons to a higher degree than water. Strong acids and weak acids. The extent of ionization and the acid dissociation constant Ka can be used to distinguish between strong and weak acids. The strength of an acid is generally expressed in terms of acid ionization constant Ka of the acid. Consider the case of ionization of general acid, that is HX in water. In this aqueous solution, the established equilibrium can be represented as follows. So we have HX when we react it with water. So we got H3O positive plus X negative. The equilibrium constant K is as follows. K is equal to H3O positive X negative divided by HX H2O. So by taking that water into the multiplication on the left hand side, we got Ka is equal to H3O positive X negative divided by concentration of HX. So Ka is the term which is the acid dissociation constant. It is a measure of extent to which an acid ionized or dissociated at the equilibrium state. It must be kept in mind that the acid dissociation constant Ka is dependent on temperature. Therefore, the value of Ka should be mentioned along with the temperature at which Ka was determined. The dissociation constant Ka of acetic acid in water is 25 degree and it is 1.8 into 10 raised to power minus 5. The comparison of Ka values is in the table. The greater the value of Ka, the stronger the acid. The more the value of dissociation constant, the stronger will be the acid. And the relationship between Ka and pKa is pKa is equal to minus log Ka. Since pKa refers to the negative logarithm, the lower the pKa value, the stronger the acid. Since the lower pKa value corresponds to higher Ka value. So when the value of K is higher and pKa value is lower, we have the strong acid. We can see that in this table as well. Okay, now we have to calculate the concentration of H plus ions of solution that contains 1.0 molar HF. Ka is 7.2 into 10 to the power minus 4. So we just have to write 1.0 minus X for the concentration of H positive X and F negative is also X. So we according to the Ostwald law of dilution. So we need to put all these values and cross multiply them to get the concentration of H positive. Now we will talk about the strong and weak bases. So the strength of base is the ability to accept a proton from a solvent. Hydroxides of alkali metals such as sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide and strong bases are ionized completely in aqueous solution. NaOH gives us Na positive plus OH negative. KOH gives us K positive plus OH negative. So the hydroxide ion thus forms its positive base because it can accept proton. OH plus H positive gives us H2O. The ability of a base to accept a proton from an acid, usually water, is termed as strength of a base. For a base B, an equilibrium reaction with water can be represented as follows. B plus H2O gives us BH positive plus OH negative. So equilibrium constant Kb is BH positive OH negative divided by concentration of B. pKb value is pKb is equal to minus log Kb. So in that the case is also the same, that if we have the large value of Kb and the pKb value will be small. So if for the large value of Kb, the that will be the strong base. According to these value, ammonia is a strong base than pyridine and aniline, but weaker than methylamine and ethylamine. Okay. Buffer solutions and their applications. A buffer solution is a solution the pH of which doesn't change significantly when a small amount of acid and base is added to it. Such a solution has a constant pH which does not change, keeping it constant for a long time. A buffer solution can be made in two ways. First is by mixing the weak base and a salt of it with a strong base. And second is by mixing a weak base with a salt of it with a strong acid. Okay, weak acid and salt of a strong base, and weak base and a salt of a strong acid. These are two kinds of buffers. First is the CH3COOH, for example, plus CH3COONA. This is one first buffer, and second is the NH4OH plus NH4Cl. Buffer action. How buffer works. Consider a buffer solution of CH3COOH and CH3COONA. The common ion effect helps us understand how the buffer will work. CH3COOH, being a weak electrolyte, undergoes very little dissociation. When CH3COONA, a strong electrolyte, is added to acetic acid solution, the dissociation of acetic acid is suppressed due to the common ion effect. So basically in the action of buffer, we use the common ion effect. We have the common ion CH3COO negative, and according to Le Chatelier's principle, now the equilibrium will tend to shift in the direction that opposes the change, that resists the change. Okay, so now the equilibrium will shift in the reverse direction. Suppose we add a few drops of HCl. Its H positive ions are used up by CH3COO negative ions. The addition of HCl will not change the pH. Okay, when we add some drops of acid, the pH will not change, and the addition of it will not change the pH. CH3COOH, CH3COO negative plus H positive, and when we add HCl, so it will again dissociate, and this H positive will react with CH3COO negative to give the acetic acid again. In the same buffer solution, if strong base is added, it is neutralized by the acid. So when the base is added, so the H positive will react with OH negative of the base to give water. So there will be no change in the pH. This is how the buffers work. Calculation of pH of buffer solution. The concentration of conjugate base in the reaction mixture is predominantly supplied by the salt, which is a strong electrolyte. Therefore, assuming the concentration of conjugate base is equal to that of salt and the original concentration of acid as equilibrium concentrations, the pH of a buffer can be calculated. So now we have to do a numerical regarding this. We have the molar solution CH3COOH which is 1.0 molar, and CH3COO is 1.0 molar as well. For acetic acid dissociation, we got Ka value 1.8 into 10⁻⁵, and when we put it in the equation, we got 4.745, as the pH of the buffer. After addition of HCl, so we have now 0.01 molar HCl as well. So now we have to calculate the number of moles. So for the number of moles of acetic acid and acetate ions after the addition of hydrochloric acid, for the CH3COOH it will be 1.01, because now we have to add the number of moles of acid as well, and for the CH3CO negative we have to subtract the number of moles of acid from the 1.0 value, which is we got 0.99 moles. Now we can simply put these values in the equation and got the pH, which is 4.736. There is a slight change in the pH. Okay. Now we have application of buffer solution. Buffer play a crucial role in everyday applications. So the buffer system in blood plasma. The bicarbonate plays a crucial role in maintaining blood pH through the buffer system. Blood pH is a measure of its acidity or alkalinity and must be tightly regulated for various physiological processes. The normal pH range of blood is approximately 7.35 to 7.45. A higher value than 7.8 or lower than 6.8 can lead to death. The normal pH of the blood is 7.35 to 7.45. So the basic buffer that is used in our body is the bicarbonates, H2CO3 okay, plus NaHCO3, okay, the carbonate, the bicarbonate and the salt of that carbonate. So we are basically using this type of buffer in our body. Now we have in the bicarbonate buffer system there is reversible exchange of carbon dioxide and carbonate ions. Formation of carbonic acid is the first step, which is H2CO3. Decomposition of bicarbonic acid into bicarbonates and hydrogen ion. The system is catalyzed by an enzyme found in red blood cell, which is carbonic anhydrase. CO2, H2, CO3, HCO3 negative and H positive are related, and an imbalance can affect the pH of the blood. Thus, HCO3 negative helps regulate pH. Neutralization of acids. When there are many acids in the blood, bicarbonate acts as a base, binding to these hydrogen ions and form carbonic acid. And when the neutralization of base is required, so we have the hydroxyl, which will combine with the bicarbonate to give HCO3 negative plus water. Participating in this reversible reaction, bicarbonate help maintain the acid base balance in the blood. This buffer system is crucial in preventing rapid changes in the blood pH and provides a stable environment for enzymes and other biochemical processes. The respiratory and renal systems also play an important role in regulating CO2 and bicarbonate levels to maintain blood pH. Okay, this is the first application. Second application is household cleaning products. Many cleaning agents and detergents contain buffers to maintain a stable pH, ensuring effective cleaning without causing harm to skin or surface. Third is personal care products. Buffers are often used to maintain the pH of the shampoos and soaps, preventing skin irritation. And fourth is swimming pools. Buffers are employed in swimming pools to help maintain a stable pH level, preventing corrosion of pool equipment and ensuring a comfortable environment for swimmers. Food and beverage industry. So buffers are used in the food industry to control the acidity and for the to control the pH in beverages as well in the food industry. So ensuring consistency in taste and preventing spoilage. Photography developer solutions. So buffers are used in photographic developer solution to maintain a stable pH, allowing for controlled and consistent film or print development. So this is all for this part. Thanks for listening.